Welcome back to Prince Bike Update, the place where we break down the hottest bikes in the game. And today, we've got something that's not just a bike, it's a statement. Feast your eyes on the 2025 Yamaha VMAX 1700. A machine that still roars with the spirit of a dragster while packing next-gen refinement. Now, if you're new to the VMAX legacy, let's get this straight. This isn't your average cruiser. The VMAX is Yamaha's muscle bike legend, born in the 80s, evolved over the decades, and still defying norms in 2025. It's raw power, tech, and street presence all fused into one. So let's get right into what makes the 2025 VMAX a beast worth talking about. At the heart of the VMAX is the iconic 1679cc V4 engine, unchanged in displacement from previous years, but with a few tweaks for 2025. Yamaha has refined the ride-by-wire throttle response for even smoother transitions between torque ranges. You're getting over 170 horsepower and 150 Nm of torque, delivered with brutal smoothness. That torque hits early, giving you explosive acceleration right from the lower revs. And yeah, it's still shaft-driven. No chains to adjust, and it handles all that muscle without flinching. What makes the VMAX unique is how it blends cruiser comfort with sport bike aggression. You're not crouched over like a superbike, but twist the throttle and it surges forward with that same urgency. 0 to 100 in under 3 seconds? Absolutely. In terms of design, Yamaha hasn't messed with success. The 2025 VMAX keeps its bold, muscular silhouette, but with a few nice upgrades. The air intake scoops are now finished in matte titanium, and the LED lighting is sharper and more angular, giving the front end an even more aggressive stance. The fuel tank, though still 15 liters up, is sculpted perfectly into the frame. And that tail section, sleek, minimalist, and now housing a new dynamic brake light that reacts to sudden deceleration. There's a reason why people turn their heads when a VMAX rolls by. It doesn't look like anything else on the road. And this year, Yamaha has added a new phantom black and deep armor red paint scheme, both with subtle metallic flake finishes that shimmer under sunlight. On the road, the VMAX is more composed than you would expect. The aluminum frame keeps it relatively light, at least for a power cruiser, and the fully adjustable suspension helps you fine-tune the ride whether you're cruising downtown or hitting the twisties. The front gets a 52mm telescopic fork, and the rear has a monoshock with remote preload adjustment, so you can dial it in for solo rides or to up touring. The Bridgestone Battlex radial tires give you ample grip, and the ABS-equipped Brembo brake axle with dual 320mm front discs make sure stopping is never a problem, even when you're pushing the limits. But here's where Yamaha has stepped up in 2025, the electronics package. The VMAX now comes with selectable ride modes, updated traction control, and launch control. Yes, that's right, to launch control on a cruiser. Hit the throttle, drop the clutch, and hold on tight. You'll notice the multifunction LCD display is more readable now, with better contrast and a new layout. It gives you gear position, fuel economy, trip meters, and a live-to-work meter, which is a fun addition when you really want to see the numbers behind the thrill. Comfort-wise, Yamaha's kept a wide seat and low saddle height at around 765mm, making it accessible for a wide range of riders. The ergonomics strike a balance here. You're upright, arms spread wide, but not fighting the wind. There's enough comfort for short tours, especially with the optional backrest and small windscreen available as factory accessories. A couple of things to note: this is still a purpose-built bike. It's not meant to be a long-distance tourer, and the 15-liter tank means you'll be looking for fuel around the 200-kilometer mark, depending on how heavy your right wrist is. But for what it's designed to do, dominate the streets and drag strips up, it nails the brief like nothing else. And let's not forget the soundtrack. That V4 engine has a deep, thundering exhaust note that you feel in your chest. Yamaha's signature crossplane tuning gives it a sound that's almost symphonic, but only if symphonies could break the sound barrier. Now, the big question is, what's it going to cost? In 2025, the Yamaha VMAX 1700 comes in at around $20,999. In markets like India, If Yamaha brings it back officially, expect it to be priced north of a superscript 130 lakh. After duties and taxes. It's not cheap, but you're not buying this bike because you want a budget ride, you're buying it because you want presence, performance, and power that few other machines offer. So what's the verdict? If you're looking for a cruiser that behaves like a rocket, the 2025 VMAX still reigns supreme. It's one of the few bikes that can blend straight-line dominance with unmistakable street style. Yes, it's heavy. Yes, it's thirsty. But every time you hit the ignition and hear that engine roar to life, you'll know exactly why it's worth it. For longtime fans, this version continues the legacy. For newcomers, this could be the muscle bike that hooks you forever. Alright folks, that's it for today's deep dive on the 2025 Yamaha VMAX 1700. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another update from Prince Bike Update. Got questions about the VMAX or want us to compare it to something like the Diablo or the Rocket 3? Drop it in the comments. I read every one. Till next time, ride safe and ride loud.